Te necesito, soy ebrio, that's all the words I know. I shoot tequila from Costa Rica. I gotta tell you, best friends, you are my fucking best friends. Seriously, it's like the best night ever. This song, I'm really feeling this song. This song, fucking best song ever.
What's up? How are we doing today? It's Jomboy and Jake Radio. It's Friday. We got the best song ever playing. We got the weekend coming up tonight. You count Friday night as the weekend? You have to, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So the weekend's coming up tonight, right?
The weekend begins in X amount of hours for the different people.
Yeah. Your
We can
weekend
start at
begins,
noon today for some people.
yeah. Or people that don't have work on Fridays, like winters in the Northeast. Sometimes companies give from, no, that's in the summer. That's in the
Summer hours.
Summer hours, yeah. Well, how are you doing today, Jake?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Had a solid Thursday.
We have to do our official rankings now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Trying to think of what number I put on it.
I got a soundbite to lead us into this. I was trying to find like something in a movie where someone said like rank your day, but that was too easy. But there is this clip from Dumb and Dumber.
How was your day?
It's pretty basic. I don't think it's worthwhile.
Basic,
but it's Dumb and Dumber, so it's good.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it was. I think we had a strong JJR yesterday. I think. I don't know. I met up with our mutual friend Jeff and had a couple beers with him because it was his birthday recently, and then I came back. Did another Knicks podcast. I jumped on the Knicks Film School podcast. If anyone listens to that, we had a good time. Good mix of analytics jokes and what the eyes actually see. So what? I gave the day before a 6.1. I'll give yesterday a 6.3. I improved upon it.
Okay, wow. Big ups. Big
Yeah.
changes.
Yeah.
Okay.
How are you doing?
Yesterday, I gave 2 days ago 5.5.
Okay.
Yesterday was pretty similar. I just worked a lot.
Right.
I did go visit Katie and get lunch at the Crab's Claw, and I got a nice sandwich. I saw Katie, so that was nice.
It's an improvement.
An improvement than eating whatever I can just grab as lunch in the kitchen alone.
Sure.
I cooked dinner for my grandma and Katie and I. And I cooked this pork sirloin meal.
Sure.
That is delicious. It's the best thing I cook right now, I think. My grandma loves it, so she came over. So that upped it, because the day before I didn't have any nice meals, I don't think. So we're moving up in the world. The website, like I said, is inching and inching closer. I think it's going to be live on Monday. And it looks more like a real website and functions as a proper website should. Some changes still to be made, but I'm happy with the improvements there. The Yankees played, and it wasn't as terrible as a game as the one earlier. And I told myself, just put it on my third screen, not my main screen, and make getting work done a priority. Because some other games I had, like if it's the weekend and people are paying attention, I make working the game a priority because I know people are active. But I just told myself beforehand, just if something happens in the background, make a cool video of it. And then Ottavino had an incredible inning, so I made a video out of that did the numbers are good for Instagram and Twitter. So I liked that. So I am bumping my day up to the same exact thing you were doing. And I had this in mind before. I went 5 for 5 yesterday, 5.5. I'm 5.8.
Nice, man.
Just a small little bump. Just
moving on up.
Seeing Katie in the middle of the day, getting a nice sandwich, cooking dinner for my grandma, hanging out with her.
Gotta appreciate the little things.
Yeah. Did you see my grandma? She's twice in a row now featured on the Singing Cooking Show on Instagram.
I saw you post a gram with her. I'm not sure. Singing dancing show?
The Singing Cooking Show. It's where I cook and I sing what I'm doing. I say, now it's time to rub the rub onto the food. It's a crack up. Everyone.
Yeah, I don't listen with volume.
Everyone's always DMing me saying more of the Singing Cooking Show.
No.
We're like, this is. And then my grandma, she gives the review, and I say, "How was it, Grandma?" And she says, "It was very good." And I said, "You have to sing it. It's a singing cooking show." She goes, "It was very good." She's admittedly not a music person. She says, in her quote unquote, "I never cared for music much."
Kind of in the same boat.
No, it's like she doesn't even listen to music. Her whole life, basically. It's kind of funny.
Nice.
I got some music news coming up on the show later on.
Okay.
Preview. You got anything else? You want to get into the sports? We got a lot of sports, so I think it's not bad if we just jump right into it.
Yeah, might as well get there.
Here we go. The Rangers lost to the Red Wings in a shootout. Pavel Buchnevich had a nice game, Jake. He scored 2 goals. He looked like a playmaker out there. Henrique also a nice game. Henrik, but they lose in the shootout. Our darling little New Jersey Institute of Technology Highlanders lost to those dicks from Lipscomb. You know who was all over my case? Jordan Gag. Gag, why are you a Lipscomb fan? He's in the chat right now. Come on, we're in a team here. In the battle for, I thought Lipscomb was from Texas, you told me, Jake, right?
Nashville. You got
Nashville. And Gag is from Chicago. What's going on there? In the battle for last place, the Suns come up to losers by beating the Knicks. But all odds are the same for the 1 through 3 pick, so it doesn't really matter. Odell trade rumors continue to swirl with no real backing or sources or crediting at all. It's just, reporters doing their thing in 2019. The Mets' great pitcher, Tom Seaver, has been diagnosed with dementia and is retiring from public life. And UConn lost to Temple 78-71. Update from Gag in the chat. He said, I just know a bad pick when I see it. Wasn't a pick, Jordan. It was a hope. I was rooting for the team, not for the money. They got blowed out. Not as bad as our actual pick, though, which we'll get to later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But I'd prefer that. I'll take that all day. I mean, you know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about Pavel Buchnevich.
Yeah, you like him? 23?
23-year-old Rusky.
Yep.
Putting it together for the blue shirts right now.
Yeah, 2 goals yesterday.
I mean, I just I love watching this guy play because he's a 6'3", 196-pound left winger who shoots left-handed, and he's from Cherepovets in the Russian Federation, so that's why I like him.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his. I mean, not only did he have 2 goals yesterday, but he also had a point 2 games ago versus the Washington's Capitals. And a couple games before that, he had 2 assists versus the Devils. So I've been really enjoying watching his game.
Yeah, I think interesting. Last year in 74 games, he had 14 goals and 29 helpers. This year, he has 15 goals in 50 games, so 14 less games, he's eclipsed his goal total. Only 13 helpers this year, Jim.
Yeah, he's decided to shoot more. Also, this is his second time with multiple goals in 2018 to 2019 season, so it's fun watching him get one. He's really hungry to get the next one. The Rangers are playing hard-nosed hockey right now, Jake, really grinding out games, really giving it hell. Just can't seem to get the bounce, to get the win.
Been there.
Yeah. Dad's life.
Yeah. Reminds me a little bit of my Yukon Huskies, except it's usually slightly more self-inflicted. They lose to Temple last night, senior night. Yeah, I mean they go on these scoreless streaks, and that's a really bad strategy in basketball. And not like wow, 3 minutes scoreless. It's usually like 5 minutes or like 8 minutes with 3 points, and you're just like, how can you guys be doing this? So tough. They, I think, I guess they could still do something in the conference tournament, but that sealed their fate that they'll be under 500 for the regular season. So yeah.
When's the first conference tournament championship game? Like some have started.
Like one you care about?
No. I care about all, like, because the ones that you don't care about are the ones that are the most exciting, because like one bid conferences.
Right.
I kind of care about watching those one bid conferences because I love a good celebration of like, it was all worth it, even though we're gonna lose in the first round. We're dancing, baby.
You never know. Hey, Cinderella stories, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. 16 seed won last year, so now
everyone got hope.
Hope springs eternal.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would say I wouldn't be shocked if there's a men's team by this.
We have one on the 10th, so that's Sunday.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's usually
the A-Sun.
There's usually one or two that happen just way too early, and you're like, okay, what? But yeah, I mean, they'll start filing in next week.
Okay, Jake. So on Sunday we have the Atlantic Sun Conference Tournament Championship. Okay, and we also have the Big South.
Okay.
I'm gonna need your. Oh wow! Tomorrow we have Ohio Valley. I'm going to need to get your picks on these because we're not going to talk to you again until these once we talk again on Jomboy and Jake Radio, these conferences are locked up. So in the Atlantic Sun Conference, we have the Lipscomb whatevers versus the Liberty whatevers. Who are you choosing?
Where are you seeing this, Isaac?
Do you want me to send you the master list?
Here. If you'd like.
Here. I just Googled conference tournaments and there was the top link, but
I also did that and it was not the top link, but you know how I work.
There you go. I sent it to you.
Okay.
And from there you can click on if you scroll down, you can click on the tournament bracket for the conferences. It says championship March 16th, March 17th, March 17th, and Atlantic Sun March 10th.
A-Sun is the 10th. Okay, so we need the A10, Big South, and then we should be able to get the others. What's
Missouri Valley?
Metro Atlantic's the 11th.
And well, no, but that's Monday, so we'll talk about that Monday. You need the Missouri Valley Conference, and you need the Ohio Valley Conference. Those are the four that get decided before we talk on Monday.
So Ohio Valley's the 9th. So let's get
tomorrow.
That. Let's get that right quick.
Okay, so Ohio Valley, Morehead State. No, they're playing Morehead State versus Austin P. Are playing today. It looks like it's not set.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have to predict.
Yeah, we're gonna have to predict a couple games here.
Oh, I think Belmont's actually good. It's gonna be Belmont versus Murray State. You know what? Murray State turns it on. They've got your boy John Morant, and they turn it on, get hot to get them a 15 seed in the tournament, and everyone will pick them as an upset.
No, they get the 14 seed. John Morant goes off, a la Steph Curry for Davidson. He's the new big thing.
Okay, that's kind of what I said, just with a different seed.
Yeah, well, 15 seeds never go far, but 14 seeds always a darling.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, yeah. So you're counting out Belmont. We're taking the 3 seed Murray State to beat Jacksonville State, then beat Belmont.
We're sluts.
Yeah.
Next
we have. Let's just do. These are all Sunday. Let's go back to the Atlantic Sun. Lipscomb Am I saying that right? I can't be.
Yeah, it's close. Close enough.
Lipscomb versus Liberty. Hey, Gag, you're in the chat. Is Lipscomb going to beat Liberty?
This is an easy Lipscomb win.
Easy Lipscomb win?
Oh, yeah.
Liberty beat Jacksonville, and they beat North Florida.
Liberty's trash.
They are the 2 seed, so it's 1 versus 2 there.
Lipscomb by 12.
My heart says Liberty because they just crushed my Highlanders.
Right.
But my head says Lipscomb because they just crushed my Highlanders.
Right.
My body's telling me no. No, it's my mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yeah. Good scene in Without a Paddle. All right, next up, 2019 Big South. That's a really good conference name.
Love the Big South.
Like, walking around like, oh, I was playing in the Atlantic Sun League. No one cares, but I was playing in the Big South. What's that? Sounds awesome.
Who do you got here, Jim?
Well, we have 4. It looks like we have 8 teams still in contention.
Yeah, going to be a lot of predicting here.
The number 1 seed is Campbell. Number 2 seed is Radford. I don't know. There's 8 teams in contention. Okay, here we go. Real quick. Ready? Radford's going to beat Presbyterian. Winthrop is going to beat Charleston South. Campbell's going to beat Hampton. High Point is going to upset Gardner Webb. Campbell's going to beat High Point. Winthrop is going to actually beat Radford. So it's going to be Winthrop versus Campbell in the championship, and Winthrop's going to beat him.
Damn, dude. I was going to take Winthrop. I think you're putting a lot of emphasis on the throp. I don't know if they say that.
Charleston won yesterday.
Because you're doing that, I'm going Campbell. They're so dominant in this league. You know, they got that 1 seed. They're just going to roll.
Did you hear the update that George Jack said? Charleston beat Winthrop yesterday.
There you go. So, it's a good pick.
I'd still have faith in them.
It's tough. That's tough.
We're moving on to Missouri Valley Conference.
One of my favorite conferences.
I like the Big South more.
Missouri Valley's got some talent, Jim.
Okay.
I mean, this is your team.
Who usually comes out of Missouri Valley? I feel like Southern Illinois. I've heard of that, seen them banging around.
Southern Illinois, Drake, Valpo, Jim, Loyola Chicago's in here.
You like them?
That's that's your team from last year.
What did they beat? They were the 16 seed that won?
That's Lady Mary or whatever. Sister Jean.
Oh, Sister Jean, that's Saint?
Yeah.
I never got
they're back.
Yeah, they're the 1 seed.
Yeah, easy. They're coming back. They're going to come back, and they'll get killed around 1 of the tournament because a team will be ready for them this year.
All right. Jordan Gagg says Bradley's got this one locked up. They got to beat Missouri State, then they got to beat Loyola.
Nope.
I think these just haven't been filled out is what's happening. They're PDFs. I think a lot of these games have been played already.
A couple of them, yeah.
Anyway, I got Drake winning this.
You've got Drake winning this.
And then Drake's going to take a picture, Drake jersey, and then they're going to lose.
Drake and Drake. I'm there.
Has Drake supported Drake yet?
I don't think so.
That seems like a huge miss.
Seems, well, for the university, yeah.
Yeah, why don't they just send him all their gear?
Tough guy to get his address.
I have it.
You have Drake's address.
Yeah, I have a buddy who does Hollywood tours, and he gave me all the addresses on the sly.
No,
I've been sending him your dick pics.
You're fibbing. Okay.
Can you sign this picture of my friend Jake, and it's just a close-up of your dick?
That's what you've been doing on the slide.
Yeah, I've only gotten a couple returned.
What's your friend's name?
Mandy Moore signed it. Jack Nicholas signed it.
What's your friend's name?
George. I can't tell you his last name.
Right.
Tour Guide George is what he goes by.
Tour Guide George, the TGG.
Yes. See, you know him too.
Okay, not sure what that was.
What about Odell? Let's go to Odell. Everyone's saying they're going to trade him. The GM has come out and said, I didn't pay Odell to trade him. This is a lot like baseball. I feel like, is media changing, or is the public just more involved now? Like in 1980s, these reports and rumors, were they still as prevalent? They were just in newspapers. And so like Joe in Nebraska wasn't reading a newspaper and then also conversing with George from Hollywood about it and being like, yo, this is nonsense. It was like you went to your local diner, you read the newspaper, and then you talked to whoever you could find that also was interested that you actually physically crossed paths with. So like, was this always prevalent, just nonsense reporting about rumors? And now it's just a problem because the whole world's connected and everyone's like, that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
It's little column A, little column B. It's Odell tweets out a picture of him with the crying face and the zipper mouth emoji. And that gets over 20,000 likes. So people start speculating what does that mean? Is Odell next? Landon Collins just went. Is he laughing at that? And now he wants out? And then his next post is a Why So Serious video montage of him and the Joker doing different things. And so anytime you throw the Joker into it, people start going crazy. That video gets over 50,000 likes. So then it's just a straight speculation fest. And then his last couple videos have just been highlights of him for the Giants. But people just want to take it and run with it.
I'm a fan of all the social media stuff. If I was like a player, I would love trolling fans.
Oh, sure.
With emojis and stuff like that. And just like, you're on a date or you're with a buddy and you're like, watch this. I bet I'll just give 10 articles right now. In the next, I'll tweet out an emoji and 10 reporters have to scramble and write an article. Watch the power I have, babe. You just tweet out zipper face emoji, and then you just show her the responses and all the articles. Look, this guy just wrote 70 serious words about this emoji I just sent just to show you that he would write 70 serious words about it. I'd do that nonstop.
Okay.
I like that game. It's hilarious. The reporters reporting on the emojis, they're the problem.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what you're saying. I mean, and not a ton of these guys are like, there weren't a lot of reporters that were like, oh, Odell tweets faces. Like, none of the big guys are doing that. But we did see the big guys get in the weeds of the Antonio Brown situation, which we'll talk about soon.
Yeah. Let's just go. Go there. Go there. I'm
Play
gone.
the fight song. Jimmy, can't you see? Antonio Brown just hypnotized me. Antonio Brown is going to Buffalo. Scratch that, reverse it. He's not going to Buffalo. Rappaport and Shefty get tripped up on that one. We'll talk about it. Broncos, Super Bowl is coming to town now that we got Flacco, we can get rid of Case Keenum. They're swapping like a 6th and a 7th round pick, and the Broncos are eating half the money. That's how good Case Keenum was for them last year. LeBron going on a minutes restriction because the Lakers suck. And I think they kind of want to lose and get into the pick game a little bit, especially with the draft odds being different. Nurkic, your boy, Yusuf, ejected. Thunder's Blazers, little tussle in OT, Jimbo. Dustin Pedroia, oh my God, we haven't seen him play baseball since May. He plays 1 inning for the first time. And MLB Office wants your lineups before the public gets them because they want it to affect the Vegas odds making, which is starting to become a little scary. Jim Boeheim, should have been Tri-State News, cleared of wrongdoing in the fatal accident.
Syracuse doesn't land in my Tri-State.
All right.
It's too north. It's too north. It's like Buffalo.
Okay.
But Case Keenum, you upset losing out on the Broncos? Are you happy with the return, or is this nothing for nothing?
Don't care about the return. This for me was, as I've mentioned before on the show, I think football's biggest thing is it can be a quick turnaround league, which AKA it's why the draft is so popular, because you have hope. You hope you could get this guy, and the coach turns it around, and this guy's healthy, and our 6-10 team could be 10-6 next year. That's the NFL, and by trading young Case and getting Flacco, I was like, okay, this kind of sucks. Are these two competing for a job? Who do I want to win? At least now that it's just Flacco, I can be like, okay, hopefully they'll draft someone decent in the draft. And I can be like, okay, maybe Flacco catches some minutes or catches some fire. Maybe he can pass on some words of wisdom to a young blood. There's a chance for hope again at the quarterback position.
Nice. You got two quarterbacks, you got no quarterbacks, so they were like, let's get rid of one.
Bingo.
Antonio Brown's the story, though.
Oh, yeah.
Ian Rappaport said it was official. Brown said fake news on the Instagram thing. He since deleted that comment. But and now there's reports, because first I was following along and there was reports saying the deal was done, but Antonio Brown said he's not going to play there without a new contract and he would just retire and sit out. So the deal got scrapped. And then I also read reports saying the deal was never even really that close. So.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre. I think Schefter just had a tweet that was something like the deal was dead on Wednesday. It's like, okay, so how did this leak out Thursday, and how did we believe it was real? And I think I think
Shefty's taking a shot at Rappaport's reporting game too, because they're bitter rivals in the breaking news world.
Right.
And so
why do people want to do that job?
we talked about this when we interviewed Craig Calcaterra on Talking Yanks.
Right.
And talked about how there's 5 guys in the MLB that seek breaking news, like Rosenthal, Buster Olney, Joel Sherman, and
but I'd even say someone like Buster Olney, he doesn't try to break news. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're right. So Woj, Schefter, Rappaport are in this weird league where that's their thing.
Right. Shams.
And it's like, do you know that there's people that report and write without that?
Yeah. People just analyze stuff and people appreciate that.
It's a game for them, I guess.
Yeah, it's competitive and it's knowing more people, I guess. I don't know. That's their business. And I told you this probably a little while back. I remember Woj was on a Russillo pod, and Russillo said, he's like, all right, Woj, you get to own an NBA team tomorrow. However it happens, you own an NBA team. Who are some of the GMs you'd want to hire? And he's like, I realize you can't fully play favorites here, so I could let you pick a couple guys. And he did not compute. He was like, I wouldn't want to own an NBA team. And Russillo's like, no, man, it's a game. We're playing a game here. And he's like, man, I already have my dream job. I wouldn't want to own an NBA team. And so it's like, what? This is your dream, to be up 20 hours a day trying to be the first to announce 10-day free agent signings?
3 cell phones at all times.
It's a little bizarre. Yeah, Shefty was just on Part of My Take. He was like, the only vacation I've had in the past 5 years, I was gone 2 days and news broke, and I was like, I have to do this. It's like, geez, sounds awful.
Yeah, does sound awful. I wouldn't want to.
As long as they're happy.
So what do you think? Do you think Antonio Brown nixed this? Do you think it was just never in place?
It was, when it came out, everyone had the initial reaction. They're like, yo, it would be cool if he was sweet for the Bills and Josh Allen and whatever. But then everyone was like, yo, but the Bills are bad. Josh Allen's kind of not good. And Buffalo's like the last place Antonio Brown wants to be. So this sounds like an absolute nightmare. And before it even became that, it was already shot down because I think everyone knew that. I think there was definitely a little bit of the Steelers organization that was like, yo, if we could get 90% of what we're looking for and send AB to a crappy town, like, let's do it. Because he sabotaged part of their season essentially this year. So I don't know.
Our buddy Bobby on Simple Man Radio,
right?
But she's going to be on the show Monday because we have an announcement.
Bum, 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 bum.
We're joining teams. What? But anyway, I've been listening to Simple Man Radio, and he thinks that the Steelers should just keep Antonio and not play him and just be like, that's how that game works.
They could. I mean, they just did that with Le'Veon Bell, and then it's I mean, it just becomes a conversation like, are you as a franchise really flexing your muscles, or did you just have two of the best players in the league fully sit out back-to-back years? Like,
or like you don't have control of your own players too.
Right. I mean, but even making them sit out the year, like, is that controlling them? Like, that's
no, that's what I'm saying. Controlling them would have been like never allowing these problems to occur. But clearly there's dysfunction in the organization's growth of players.
Yeah, I think they I think Le'Veon kind of caught them by surprise because, I mean, you could say that. I mean, Le'Veon, that was the first time this, like, ever really happened. Like, they definitely didn't think it would go down that road, and they tried to call his bluff, and nobody did it. With Antonio Brown, I think this is more – I mean, this happens often. A disgruntled player basically says, I want out of town, and you just trade him and move on.
Yeah.
Like, if you just – if Le'Veon not playing last year looked really dumb for him, if they make Antonio Brown not play this year, it just looks really dumb for the Steelers.
But I think Steelers fans would love it.
A little bit, but I mean, Antonio Brown is also like a diva. Like, he's done Dancing with the Stars. He did Masked Singer. So, like, he would probably love it. He'd be on all the TV shows. Like, I don't think that would hold Antonio Brown back at all.
Did you watch any of Masked Singer?
No.
I watched one episode with my family, and my parents came over. It was brutal.
The whole thing seemed too hot for me.
They needed to reveal the singer at the end of each episode.
Right.
But they didn't. I was like, I got to tune in again to find out who the singing horse was. Like, I'm not doing that. Yeah. Well, no, I
think in the earlier episodes, I think they revealed one per ep. Like, there was, like, elimination rounds, and then I'm assuming they got down to, like, a final four or something. I don't know.
Maybe. It's like Deal or No Deal when we were
freshmen. And, like, people knew who it was. Like, I saw after the first episode, someone was like, yo, T-Pain is the monster or whatever.
I think some, like, it was easy to guess. Some, like, Tori Spelling was hard to guess.
Sure.
But Deal or No Deal when we were freshmen in college, 2009, 2008, 2007, 2008, was so popular. Remember, they kept upping how many millions it was? And I was interested. We were, like, watching the dorm room. And then me and my dorm mate found this YouTube channel that just condensed it to literally pick the suitcase, show the suitcase, pick the suitcase, show the suitcase. And it was a 2-minute video. And I never watched another episode of Deal or No Deal again because after watching the condensed version, I was like, could not take the drama and the just like, will it be?
Yeah, you got Howie doing his thing. You got the banker. You've got the pretty girl.
Oh, the
aspect.
fucking banker!
It's a beautiful thing.
Meghan Markle was one of those girls, and now she's married to a prince.
Now she's going to be the queen. Maybe
there need to be a lot of deaths.
There have to be some deaths. Everyone dies though. So
she's probably like 7th in line right now.
Everyone dies.
Okay, that's great. That's good. Good news. We're good. We're good with the national news. But Boeheim officially cleared of his wrongdoing. Oh, this MLB news is actually kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So they
Vegas.
used to, the MLB managers would submit their lineups to the PR teams, and then they would submit them to whoever, whatever. Now the MLB wants them to send their lineups officially to Vegas first, well, the MLB offices, which is essentially Vegas.
Right,
So
which is connected to Vegas.
Yeah, so they have the lineups, so this would affect the lines. But it could still sneak out. Like the if this was to stop betting on baseball from within, like the manager still knows. But I mean, who are they preventing? What's the advantage here? I don't even know.
At first, I thought the whole thing was going to be like. At first, what I thought it was like the managers make the lineup and then sometimes they make changes, or like last year we saw the gamesmanship pick up with openers, with if you are starting an opener, then maybe we'll start this guy, blah blah blah. There was like a little more of a chicken dance last year, and I think they want to cut out the riffraff, but I think the reason they do want to cut out the riffraff isn't because of any of the gamesmanship. I think it's because now Vegas and other places are in on baseball gambling, and they don't want to deal with any of that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't really know the full, like I can't wrap my head around it. I've been trying to read a lot of articles to find out like what's to gain, what's to lose, who's to win, who's to lose from all this, and I still can't really figure it out.
Vegas, I mean, could you do tricky stuff with someone like a John Heyman type? Like if the Yankees gave him a lineup that had two people slightly off, and then he posted it to Twitter, and then they were like, "Oh no, the Yankees just submitted the official lineup." Like, there's no skin off the Yankees' back, right?
Yeah, but that never happens. So like they tape the official lineup to a wall, and then all the beat reporters run and take a picture of it and tweet it out. Like no one really has it before that happens. But you can still
I guess just before the
lineup.
beat writers get there. Maybe the beat writers were tweeting stuff out before Vegas could change the odds. So someone could be on their phone in Vegas and be like, "Oh, the Yankees aren't playing Judge or Stanton today. Hit the under on the runs," or something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So maybe that's what
that seems to be. That would make a ton of sense.
Right.
Oh, and the Thunder Blazers. Did you see any of that game ending? The ejection was lame.
Is it worth it? Is it good for the NBA?
No, the injection. It was pretty lame. What happened? Like he took an elbow. He kind of flopped, but he did get hit. But anyway, he's on the line. The guy on the line missed his first. It was the guy for the Thunder. No, for the Blazers. And I think he said he hadn't shot a free throw all game, and he missed both free throws.
Sure.
Like he missed his first, so then he had to intentionally miss the second to try and get the rebound so they can put two in to tie it. And he intentionally missed it, and then the ref called a foul on someone on the Thunder on the rebound to put that guy back at the line, and then he made both those, and they went to OT.
I'm trying to catch up. Yeah, it looks like Westbrook just tossed Nurkic, which is kind of fun. Little guy on big guy.
Yeah, tossed is. I think it was like 50-50 on.
I've done that move before. You got to put some body weight into it. Did that in a flag football game once. Who won this game?
Thunder, I believe, because Nurkic said, like, I got ejected. I cost us the game, was one of his quotes. Wasn't worthy of an ejection, in my opinion. He headbutted him, so maybe. I don't know the official.
Yeah, they don't know. No sports like the headbutt. Yeah, the Thunder won in OT.
But did you see the last free throw shot and the foul that put him back at the line?
I did not, and I'm probably not going to get there.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. All right. Whoa. Halftime.
Look in the mirror and I ask myself.
You remember when we pre-recorded halftime shows? Is there any that I never did?
I don't know. Like, probably.
Here we go. Let's try this one.
Boy.
Thank you for listening to the first half of Jomboy and Jake Radio. Now we've got a special treat of a halftime show. Jake is going to name as many colors as he can in 10 seconds. Jake, are you ready?
Yes.
Timer set. On your mark. Get set. Go.
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, maroon, dark maroon.
Beep, beep, beep,
maroon
beep, beep.
5.
Good job, Jake. A bunch of colors and a band at the end. Back to the show.
I think we did play that one before.
Content.
All right. Let's get into the news.
I like the news today, oh boy. And though the news was rather sad, well, I just had to laugh. I know it's 6 o'clock. Time for the news.
The UK, which is short for the United Kingdom, which includes Britain, Wales, and Scotland, will start their porn, and Northern Ireland, will start their porn block on April 1st. But you can unlock it by handing over your ID, or buying a porn card for €5. Be funny if they were just like, April Fools, do they do that over there? A dean is stepping down over her university's decision to drop Chick-fil-A. A scientist discovered a jellyfish-like creature has a disappearing anus. Mariah Carey's former business manager allegedly exposed her breast to the singer's staff and urinated on her assistant, according to her cousin, who is suing her. A Mumbai man's second wife killed the third wife with the help of the first wife's daughter and her boyfriend. A sinkhole nearly the size of a football field forms at a zoo, and ancient sturgeon fish may be returning to New York Hudson's River. I didn't know that there was life in the Hudson River. I don't think there is. China is building the world's highest bridge. It's top of a skyscraper, and then like a block goes along. It's pretty badass looking. It's called the Crystal in Chongqing. It is 3 times the length of the Statue of Liberty. And a little music news, which I promised you. The Black Keys released their first song in 5 years. I listened to it. It's not bad. Gonna give it a second and third listen. And Vampire Weekends, Jake's top 15 band, has a new sound, and it's being compared to jam bands of yesteryear, which I don't think Jake would enjoy.
Wow.
Well, you enjoy like anything really, but I think old Vampire Weekend, I don't think you're going to enjoy it as much as old Vampire Weekend. Should have said.
I don't know, man. A lot of the shows and stuff I do go to is jam band type stuff. I was raised on some Fish and all of it.
Okay.
So I
may be
appreciate. Well, we'll see. We'll see. You gave an opinion. I think it's going to be wrong. I'll listen. I'll listen to my Vamp Weekend. Black Keys. I guess we're starting with the music. We're so excited.
I like some Black Keys songs. I like the other member, Dan Auerbach. He did a stuff on his own. I like him. But I listened to this new Black Keys song. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Black Keys were like a real big deal for a while.
What are their big songs? What's everyone listen to when they turn on the Black Keys?
That's actually a really good question that I'm not positive, because I know the songs that I like, but I don't know if those were like Rubber Factory was one of their biggest hits. I think this was a popular one. Sound familiar?
Little bit. What's the title of that?
10 a.m. Automatic.
Okay. Lonely Boy was a big one.
Oh.
Makes you change. Go from sweet to deranged.
Yeah, we know that one because we shot a music video in which I failed.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know if Lonely Boy's that popular or it's just the most played because it's newest. This is their new song.
Well, that depends what you think popular. Yeah.
Well, because it's the top of Spotify, but that comes into like recently most played, not like all time most played. Because I think that's a newish song, and it was their first 2 albums that people liked the most.
I'm a lonely boy. Lonely Boy has 96 million views on YouTube, and I think is their most viewed song music video.
Nice. Might be the most popular then. That's a better test than the Spotify test.
Yeah, Lonely Boys, Tighten Up, Gold on the Ceiling.
See, Gold on the Ceiling was new. Like they were when they were at their heyday. Gold on the Ceiling.
That was 7 years ago.
Yeah, they haven't put out music in 5 years.
Yeah, but that's not their newest thing then, right?
What I'm saying, they were at their peak. Like when Gold on the Ceiling came out, it was like, oh, there's a new Black Keys album because they were already so famous. What got them famous was the Rubber Factory album and the album before that.
All right.
But Gold on the Ceiling is a good song. I like that one.
Cool.
How about this guy? I want to go here. This Mumbai man. This is why you don't have more than one wife, Jake. His second wife killed his third wife. And to kill her, she enlisted the help of the first wife's daughter and her boyfriend.
Yeah, this is just people getting too excited for Game of Thrones to come back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's all this is.
This needs some family drama. Let's kill the third wife.
Yeah, we'll get the second wife gets the first wife and her boyfriend, kill wife 3, April 14th, Game of Thrones is back.
What I don't get here is you're the second wife, right?
Right.
So like you're jealous that a third wife came into play, but you did this game, babe. First wife didn't kill you.
I think there's a lot of different dynamics here. I mean, we grew up in kind of the divorce generation. There's a lot of families that, the divorced couples and their new families are all friendly and do holidays together and stuff. So I'm guessing wife 1 and 2 and everyone involved were still cordial, and everyone hated wife 3. So they were like, well,
you think there's divorces involved?
I don't know.
I
don't know how the wife system works in India.
Yeah, I think it's polygamy.
Let's see. Yeah, maybe. I don't know all the dynamics involved. Either way, same thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, interesting. I don't know if that's how it works. I thought it was more of a polygamy story, which I thought was funnier.
I mean, even if it is, I think same situation. Like, all right, yeah, wife 1 and wife 2, yeah, with this is a party. I mean, the first wife's daughter and her boyfriend, a lot of moving parts. It sounds like it sounds like you're explaining a Game of Thrones scene the next day to someone.
Okay. What about porn being blocked in the UK? You upset about this?
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about this. I haven't deep dove into it. Well, deep dove into some of it, but yeah, I don't know. It just seems like another way for the government to track you and make a buck. And I mean, not saying that in a Ron Swanson way, but I don't know. I mean, how else do you even describe this?
I don't know. Does this cross off the UK as your I need to visit list?
No.
Okay.
Does it for you?
No. We're going to try and go to London this year after April.
Yeah, Katie's trying to get you off the stuff.
Ha!
She's working with the Brits. Episode 2 of Game of Thrones.
Our dream that we've been saving up for, like, hey, if we ever have money and time,
sure,
we want to go to Scotland. I want to go to Scotland for it. Done Ireland. Love Ireland. I have relatives there, so it's also nice to see them and stuff. I did Paris. I never did London or England. I did when I was 8 years old.
There you go. Never been to Europe.
Europe? It was when we lived in Australia. It was cheaper.
Never been to Australia.
Yeah, when my family lived in Australia, it was cheaper to buy a plane ticket that like stopped in London, Paris, Germany, and like a 1-night layover than to just fly. So I was like, okay, it's cheaper, including hotels and stuff. I think my dad's company's paying for it. Let's go see these 3 places real quick. My dad got so ripped off by these French people in front of the Eiffel Tower.
Nice.
Just they conversion rated his ass so bad.
Nice.
He paid like $80 for these little birds that you fly, and they're like have batteries that flap their wings, so they actually fly for a bit. You throw them, and they fly for a bit, and then they come back. But they're really cheap. And my dad was talking to the guy forever, and then he walked back to the family, and my mom was looking at him, and my dad goes, "I think I just got ripped off." Classic. Oh, Mariah Carey's former business manager.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you about this. She had a line in here. Kind of weird. So, for the backstory, which no one cares about, she sued Mariah Carey because she said she was fired for wrongdoings, and she said Mariah Carey's always naked and a mess and like terrible. And they settled. And they're like fine now, I guess. And then she turned around and she sued her cousin, who's her attorney. So she sued Mariah, settled that. Now she's like, who else can I sue? She sued her cousin, who's an attorney, saying that her cousin has been holding money from her. As her lawyer, she owes her money. And the cousin countersued and was like, she's terrible. She says she revealed her breasts to people, but then when you read the article, it says she would walk around asking people to smell her breast to see if she smells bad because she couldn't shower. So that's much different than like your normal flashing.
Yeah, I clicked the article and I read a little bit of it, and then I got out of there immediately because it was just like, she's a bad woman. She used to drop like the N-bomb. She used to just degrade people. She's like if you saw this is like an Entourage character. They'd be like, okay, dream up, we're gonna do something with Mariah Carey, but we heard her business manager's a little off-putting, so you guys are gonna have to deal with that. And then you meet her, and she's this cussing, pissing, peeing on people, making them smell her. So yeah, bad person.
Yeah, I like this line. She would go up. She would tell men. She would walk up to men and say, "My heels are bigger than your dick." If someone, just like a false sense of like bravado, because if a woman said that to me, I'd be like, okay,
yeah,
cool.
You haven't heard that before? That's a popular line.
No, I know it's a popular line. Like, she's not being original, but just in general, that line is like, I don't care. Your heels look annoying to walk in. Boom.
Right. That's probably uncomfortable.
Yeah, they're probably uncomfortable and doing damage to your body. So boom, roast.
Mine's very comfortable. So
yeah, it doesn't get in the way at all.
At all.
Do we have any other stories you want to talk about? We got some time.
Jellyfish disappearing anus doesn't do a ton for me.
No, because you know what? We're going to click this link. I just clicked it. And the first word is scientist discovers. So I know it's going to be a letdown. Scientists are great at headlines, terrible at execution of a compelling story.
I think the one way, and it's Tri-State News, Jim. The dean of Rider University is stepping down from her post because they basically decided to drop Chick-fil-A from a list of possible campus additions. And I guess there's religious stuff tied in.
Chick-fil-A is anti-gay, and they don't serve on Sundays. They mix religious and business pretty heavily, which is their prerogative. In-N-Out's a little bit the same way. They have Bible verses on the bottom of their soda cups and shit like that. But I think, I would guess her thing is, like, they mix it, fine, but we can't. Just because they do, we shouldn't. Like, I'm with her. Like, I don't like what Chick-fil-A stands for at all.
Right.
But I like their food, and I think it's stupid to let that mingle. Like, they let it mingle. That's their prerogative. Two wrongs don't make a right. Like, I'm not gonna let it affect our business. Whatever.
Right.
We can be the bigger person here. Stepping down seems crazy. I'm sure that there was a lot of conflict.
And that's Rider University went against the Christian values, and I guess that's the thing, because I'm trying to see what Chick-fil-A has done. It's accused of donating millions of dollars to anti-gay organizations, and it says this is like pre-2012. So I need a little more evidence. I don't know the full story. I mean, what I do know is, Chick-fil-A is kind of everywhere now. Not that that makes it okay. Like, that's being like, okay, Michael Jackson was everywhere. And we look back and say that was pretty bad. But, they're essentially a church that sells chicken.
That doesn't really preach to you. It's pretty subtle, they're preaching.
Right. And it's like, this isn't a story everywhere. I don't know. It's just a ridiculous 2019.
I found a spin where I would agree with not supporting Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
I don't know if this happens. Maybe it does, and this is why LGBT community says stop supporting them. If Chick-fil-A takes profits and gives them to organizations that are pro, like, bad, like they're bad, like they're literally like spreading hate and for
Sure.
Gay people and like that, if they're using their money to then support people like that, like, does Chick-fil-A get into the politics game? Do they back anti-gay politicians and stuff like that? Because then I would be like, yeah, I'm out.
But I just don't know with nowadays. Like, does that mean that Chick-fil-A supports like one Republican? Like, I don't know. I don't know enough about it. The article that was linked in this article was an article from, again, 2012, and it was an accusation. So I don't know what was proved. I think this would be more of a thing worldwide. I live in Denver. There's Chick-fil-A's out here, and this is one of the most liberal places in the world, and nobody really cares. They just serve you chicken.
Yeah. Chick-fil-A opened in my town in Pleasanton, and it was like, if you bought one of the first 100 sandwiches, you got a free sandwich for life. First 20 customers got a free sandwich for life, which is really, they break it down to a free sandwich for life is like once a week for 5 years, whatever it is.
Right.
And I was saying, if people cared about people, you round up all the homeless people within the 10-mile radius and you put them online 2 days ahead and just say, be homeless here for the next 2 days. And you're guaranteed a sandwich every week for the next 10 years or whatever it was.
So why didn't you do that?
Because I have no money and I wrote a blog about it and I posted it to the Reddit stream of the town, said, someone do this. I'm offering my idea here. Execute it. Help the help.
You support Chick-fil-A being against the LGBTQ community.
See, someone could spin it like that, for sure.
Yeah.
I was trying to help the homeless.
That's the world we live in.
Yeah, that's the world we live in. That's the world today. What do you say?
With the world, mama.
Where's the button?
Better the day, it's the better the day. Better the day, better the day.
Bet of the day. Jakey made a big mistakey thinking Iowa was gonna cover. Update. I tweeted at Mitch, no beer in heaven. I said I was waiting for his reply. I said, fuck it, I'll agree with Jake. As soon as we ended the show, he replied and said, hammer Wisconsin, there's no way Iowa covers. Right. He was correct. I think they got blown out by about 20.
20.
Did the under hit as well?
I think it did. I'm not looking at it right now, but I believe it did. Oh yeah, it definitely did.
All the advice we got was good, and
I wanted to take the under. I said that, but I had to go with my heart there, and it's dead wrong. No. But it's a blowout, and that's how it goes.
So now it comes down to this, Jake. You're 2-2 on the week. Are we gonna have a winning week here? Or are we gonna have a losing week?
I'm gonna have a winning week.
I can. I'm a loser.
You're a loser, baby.
So why don't you kill me?
You know what? I'm gonna go to an over/under. And Jim, I'm gonna go off of something I saw live this year. The Denver Nuggets going to face your Golden State Warriors.
You lost this bet last time.
I lost this bet last time. I said going into the game, and it was the reverse situation of yesterday. I was like, yo, I think I should just take the over because these teams are going to kill it. And then I was like, you know what? No, my Nuggets want to make an impression. Scratch that, reverse it. Golden State was pissed at them and went full throttle and scored the most first quarter points ever. So Jim, I'm kind of.
What's the line?
Now I'm walking it back a little bit. No, life's too short. So the spread is the Warriors are favored by 6.5.
Okay.
And so we've got to mix a thing here because we have the revenge factor for the Nuggets.
Doesn't exist.
Okay. Just mention them getting blown out at home.
Yeah, but Warriors are just going to – it's more of the Warriors proving it wasn't a fluke. That's a bigger factor.
Right. So you got the 6.5 points there. But now I'm getting scared because I'm wondering – so, Jim, the Nuggets are 1 game back of the Warriors for number 1 in the West.
Oh, wow. Hammer the Warriors.
Okay. So you're full on the Warriors. See, I don't know. I think
all of that adds up to the Warriors are going to just big brother them again and be like, yeah, we're the fucking real deal here. Not you.
I think the Warriors aren't going to roll out the full red carpet, and I think the Nuggets have this got to prove. I think the 6.5 is tricky. I could see the Nuggets throwing up bombs late to make it closer than that. And that's what I'm saying. Life's too short. These two teams are doing the future of basketball. Over under is 233. 233, and I take the over. I'm doing it.
Okay, so you're going over under.
Yes.
233, and you're taking the over. Do the math for me. What's that?
That's basically each team would have to score like 116.
That's a lot of points, I feel like.
A lot of points, but dude, this is new NBA. Like these teams are going to be and end of the third quarter, the score is going to be like 95-90.
So the Nuggets, 115, 103, 112, 104, 121, 123, 114, 120. So they're there. They're there. And the Warriors are also there. So here's the storyline. The Warriors are going to come out, like I said, and big brother them and be like, this is our conference. You want revenge on us because we whooped you on your home court. Ha ha ha. Ain't happening because we're the real deal and you're not. The Nuggets are going to put up a bigger fight, though, because their whole thing is, yo, if they get ahead, we can't roll over and die like we did last time. So it's going to hit the over.
Smart. Jake
wow.
Is smart, but he's smart.
Over.
Wow.
Here's the thing. It's Big Cat saying life's too short to bet the under.
Right.
You don't want to be watching the Nuggets Warriors game and being upset when they make buckets.
We've had a few bets that you say it beforehand, but you don't think it's strong enough, and it's just like, if you hit the over on this game, you're just like, yeah, it was the freest of money. If it doesn't hit, you're just like, yeah, I don't know, something went wrong. Like it's all like you can't really take a fault for losing this bet.
I heard you were giving out free money.
Sewage Joe.
Yeah. All right. That's our end of our Friday show. Actually, you know what? We did have a voicemail.
I think we got to roll that over to next week.
We're good. Oh yeah, where I started the timer late today.
We'll try to do next Friday. We should do full voicemail episode like that other one we did.
That was the goal, to have Fridays be full voicemail episodes, but I don't think we promote the number enough, and I don't think people call in enough. Anyway,
we don't promote it at all.
908-845-5792. Put it in your phone.
Most ridiculous school bus stories.
Yeah, that fucking wrench story is too good.
Good.
All right, that's the end of the show. Everyone, enjoy your weekend.
Nothing.
Everyone, enjoy your bad day.
But actually, have a good weekend. And I guess, are we going to grade our weekends? No, just got to do Monday through Fridays.
Okay.
Need to start tweeting those out so we can get the replies, see where everyone's at.
Automatic, JJR, every day at noon.
See ya.
10 a.m.
Necesito, soy embrio. That's all the words I know. From Costa Rica, I gotta tell ya.
best friends, you are my fucking